United on YouTube. My name is Greg Mahachko, and we really should have done this before we started actually recording. This guy over here, we hope, is the co-host of the year, Mike Luther. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Greg. Greg, last time we tried that, we tried it before the podcast, and we said, okay, I point this way, I'm pointing it, and we it worked out for us. For some reason, when I went on YouTube, I'm like this or whatever, it did not work out. So,
and best friend of the show, Josh, was right there to say, you guys fucked up.
We did. Sorry, Josh.
How have you been, man? It's been a minute and a half.
Yes, I've been good. Nothing crazy has been happening. Nolan's. Well, I'm at the house by myself right now because Nolan's with his mom for Thanksgiving. So it's weird being here by myself, but it's good.
Now he's new with the driver's license, right? Did he drive himself?
No, well, okay, so he doesn't have his driver's license yet. He has his permit right now. Okay. No, so he didn't drive there. It was about a 2 hour, actually about 2 hours, 15-minute drive for us to meet up halfway point. But I will say he took his permit and everything. He drove 2 hours there. And fine, it was on all interstate and stuff. So
now, as a permit driver, he's got to. I feel like when we got our licenses at the same time, give or take. I feel like you had to have, was it like 25 hours or something of supervised, driving with a licensed adult or something. And I feel like in talking with, like when I used to sell cars, the parents would come in and be like, yeah, they've got to get their license, but they've got to drive 184 hours. Ridiculous. I mean, what's that bar? What's that, set now?
So I don't know what ours was. I don't even know if it was 25 hours. It might have been. I'm not 100% sure. But I know for him, it's they need to do. This is not counting with the driver's ed teacher. This is just a licensed driver over the age of 21. It has to be. But you have to do 50 hours, and within those 50 hours, they have to be 10 hours at night. So. And I know Nolan's going to get it because I want to make sure that he gets driving experience. But I don't know how well it's going to be enforced. I'm sure there can be parents that just go, yeah, he's got 50 hours, sign off on it.
And those are the 16, 17, 18-year-olds you see with smashed fenders.
Yeah.
Parents, you got one job. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. Basically,
it's gonna be fun for me in 16 years when my twin boys are both trying to drive at the same time, and I'm just not gonna have patience for it at all. I would say you drive with your older brother because that'll go over
well. Yeah, because you'll have a little bit of experience because obviously Garrett will have his license before. Hopefully everything goes right. So you'll. Now here's my question. Who do you think is, to be honest, who do you think is going to be a better instructor, you or your wife? I don't know how either one of you drive. Well, I've driven with you. You drove fine, but as far as pressure-wise.
And she drives. She's a fine driver as well. I like to tell this story. Statute of limitations has probably been passed. So, like
just say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. The last vacation that we actually took, which wasn't an extended weekend or anything like that, we flew to San Diego. And we rented a car and everything else. And we get there, we get to the rental car place, and he said, oh, your driver's license and the card that you made the reservation on. So I handed him my cards, and he's, do you have a valid driver's license? What do you mean? This was September,
Right.
And he said, your license is expired. And it expired 2 months prior on my birthday. So we were able to get the car. It's just that my wife had to, be the one driving. So she drove around San Diego, Southern California, Los Angeles. And at the time, she did not like driving in St. Louis. Now, obviously, that's changed. She used to work in St. Louis, but it was neither one of us likes to not be in control of the vehicle.
Okay.
So as far as who would make a better driver's ed coach teacher to our children, I would probably say my wife. I think she's more patient.
Okay. Okay.
I know it's the fathers are supposed to teach their sons how to drive. I just don't know if I have the patience for it. I'll be like, get out. Yeah, he doesn't know how.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to build Legos the right way. I'm not going to trust him with the truck.
So if that is the case, because I will tell you, patience is a very strong virtue to have. Knowing from how I got taught driver's ed or how driving around and with Nolan. So if that is the case, if patience might be wearing a little thin on you, I would say yes, definitely have the wife drive Garrett or drive with Garrett.
All right, there you have it. Before we get to tonight's main festivities, Mike, you had a little extra time and been doing a little bit of reading. You want to tell us about the latest from Mike's book club?
Probably comes in reverse. I don't know. The Trials of Shazam by Judd Winnick, Lord Porter, and Mauro Cascioli. This is the complete series. So I'll just give you a brief. I never try to spoil anything on this. If you've watched the movie Shazam before, you'll kind of a basic idea of what's happening. One thing I do realize, there's a lot of people named Shazam, and Captain Marvel as well. So in this story, before the story happens, the wizard Shazam, who I believe in the movie was probably played by some guy, and I can't remember. So it's like D.I.J.
Yeah, you keep talking and I'll look it up.
Okay, so anyway, that person's died in whatever previous battle. Spoiler alert for that one, I guess. Sorry. He was killed by Spectre. And then, so Captain Marvel / Shazam, Billy Batson Shazam, he takes up that role. And then, so obviously there's this spot of Captain Marvel Shazam again, all have the same name. Freddie Freeman, who in the movie plays his kind of at the end his best friend, his foster brother, he's going to take up the mantle of Shazam. Yes.
I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to pronounce it right, but is it Jimon Hunso?
Yes.
Obviously, and he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I first remember seeing him back in 2000 in Gladiator. So
okay, yes.
Okay, carry on.
So Freddie Freeman. Well, actually, at this time, they also talked about the Marvel family, and because of there was like something that happened with magic, and they lost their powers. Anyway, Freddie Freeman is going to become Shazam. But in order to do that, he has to go and each god. I forgot who they all are, but there's somebody for the S. Hercules,
Athena, Zeus,
Solomon. Deuce, yeah, there's all of them. Okay, so he has to go and do whatever feat they have him do, which is going to be hard enough on its own. But then there's also another person that comes in, and they start trial as well. So it's them competing to see who's going to become Shazam. And the interesting part is when you think about the gods, you might think, okay, he's going to battle Solomon. Solomon's this giant god, and this guy or Mount Olympus or whatever, that's not really true. Like some of and I won't say who's who, but like one of the gods is in prison because something happened, and another one is almost like a thinker type of one where he's hooked into a machine and trying to solve all the world's problems. And it basically, not to spoil anything, but things don't go according to plan. And I almost said Freddie Mercury, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Mercury never became Shazam that I know of. But Freddie Freeman, that's what his goal is. I will say one thing I don't like about this, and I like everything else, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find a picture. A good one. Freddie Freeman has a soul patch. I can't. Just trust me on it. He has a soul patch. Okay. If this spoils something, I'm sorry. Actually, that's not a good picture. I'm not even gonna show. Yeah, he has a soul patch. So now when he becomes Shazam, becomes Shazam, it's too powerful for the soul patch. But yeah, so I recommend this one. And actually, after reading this, I kind of thought to myself, like, I hope the next Shazam has more magic elements to it, has more magical, mystical elements to it. Not saying the other one. I know people hear this and they go, well, the first one, they had, the 7 deadly sins, and magic was a big part of it. And yes, it was. The bigger part of it, and of course you needed this, was Billy Batson learning how to become a hero.
Right.
Now that he knows how to do that, I want to see some other dimension stuff and all kinds of goodies. So yeah, so recommend it. 2 thumbs up.
The Trials of Shazam. Check it out wherever you find your favorite comic books. Your local comic book store needs your help right now. And if you're local to us, that means Twilight Comics, Swansea, Illinois. Mike, are you ready to do the thing that we always do for some stupid reason?
Explain to everybody.
Okay, so you got to go back over about a decade. When it's the only tradition that I have taken with me from the JC's organization that I belonged in years ago. And that was every Wednesday night, the eve of Thanksgiving, we'd all get together, play cards, have some of that fellowship and bonding, and we would drink wild turkey. We call it the turkey before turkey. And for some stupid reason, I still do it. Almost 10 years later. Or 10 years later. I don't remember what year it was. It's been a lot of wild turkey. Not that much. I still have the bottle that we started a few years ago.
Yeah. So have you done it every year? Or has there been like a year you're like, maybe a couple years, you didn't, and then you brought it back? And
I believe I brought it back for you.
Okay, I think so too.
When you back in the day, when you lived in the same town as me and we could get together because there wasn't a global pandemic, I said, you know what, this week let's record on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. I said, we'll get it out of the way, and I'll introduce you to this tradition, this ritual. And that was a mistake. First of all, what I wanted was a very small, like, fifth of wild turkey, and what I got was a gigantic bottle of wild turkey. So it's taking a very long time to work through the wild turkey, Mike.
So this is how I know you don't drink liquor at all. This would not be a fifth. A fifth is a bottle.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Like, all I wanted for that night was just a small fifth. That's it. A fifth, trust me, I can do okay with a fifth. Sadly, or good, I don't know. On your perspective. But you, Greg, definitely not.
Okay.
Do not recommend.
What is this size-ish bottle? That almost looks like a glass with a lid.
Yeah, pint, I think, maybe.
A pint.
I'm not sure. I don't.
Honestly, when it comes to liquor in general, based on past experience, I'm okay with like a teaspoon. A half a teaspoon,
But I did see your shot. It's definitely more than a shot.
Yeah.
I'm not showing mine, but.
So this is the way we usually record, obviously, which is a Friday or Saturday night, is we'll do the YouTube show and then we'll do the podcast. Well, I've already done a podcast without Mike, and I've been sipping this wild turkey for almost 2 hours, and I've not made much headway. So it's probably not all going to get drank, and that's okay, because mysteriously disappears between now and, the night before Thanksgiving next year, we're gonna have to be like, hey, Mike, you know that tradition that we've talked about, like the water before turkey? That's a great tradition.
First of all, I know that's not going to happen because last year you talked about after before turkey, you said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to bring this to, you're going to I think Ashley's parents or something. I'm not sure, somebody's. And you said, and I'm gonna take this. Her dad will like, or your dad will like. I'm not sure which one it was. That
never happened. It's the scourge of my refrigerator. All right, so here's mine. Mike, you said you're abstaining from showing. I'm going to, again, I'm sipping. So, viewers, don't anticipate that I'm going to drink this entire thing. It's not happening.
Oh, wait, just so people know, I do have a shot here. And I'm trying to open it right now. It's a little airplane bottle. So, okay, I got it.
All right. Mike doesn't drink publicly. So.
Yeah, kids.
Mike.
All right, tell me when.
Go away.
All right.
I was trying to find a way to turn my video off. I don't like it, Mike.
I wasn't even ready, dude.
Oh, sorry. Do I mean?
All right, do it again. One more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's not good. I'm gonna have to get something before the podcast, Mike.
Good Lord, Greg turns into a tea kettle.
Wait. This is why I brought the hoodie.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm choking because I'm laughing. I'm not choking because of the drink anymore. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay.
By the way, if you're not 21 years old, don't drink.
I'd put up a disclaimer, but I really want to get this podcast or this video up tonight. So there's not going to be a whole lot of, post-production stuff, editing. So,
yeah.
Sorry. Mike, that was not fun. It was mandatory, but not fun.
Right.
It reminds me of, we'll talk about it on the podcast. Folks, if you ever have seen Mr. Show with Bob and David back in the day, what I'm talking about. The Coupon the Movie. Search that out here on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll try to share it in our suggested videos. So, Mike, it's been another year, another trip around of the sun or the moon or whichever one we go around in space. I can't remember.
No one knows.
No. I mean, they're kicking Pluto out of the planethood. What's next? It's bullshit. So that's what it is. I'll see you on the audio version, on the podcast, and hopefully we see you, the viewer, on our podcast, jitterymonkey.com, and Nerds United on all of your favorite podcast apps. So, I don't know. We're going to find out. He is the co-host of the year, Mike Luther. I'm Greg Mahachko. This is Nerds United on YouTube. We appreciate you tolerating our stupid bullshit shenanigans. Be kind.
And rewind.
And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.